Can you feel it? The start of the podcast? It won't be long now. Welcome to Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Johnny Ruhal. With me as always is my co-host, Benjamin, the girl with a smile, Shabbing.
Okay.
And joining us this week is special guest, Alex, the agent of podcasts.
The hell?
Yeah, you get a nickname this week.
Oh, God.
Why am I girl with a smile?
Because I wrote that down as a potential nickname because it was funny. Because Pino was the girl with a smile, and I'm like,
hey.
Yeah, that'd be a funny nickname for Ben.
Pino is best character.
Ooh, okay, we're starting this off right now. At the top, rank the top 3 characters, Ben. Go.
Go? One is Iggy.
Ooh.
I said the top 3 characters. Sorry, I meant the main 3 characters.
Oh,
the main three characters, I want you to list them off.
I don't know. Actually, I might agree with Alex. It's Pino, Vincent, and then Rial.
I think I put Vincent above Pino because Pino can be annoying.
I'm with Shabs here.
Pino
I like Pino.
I like Pino. So yeah, we're talking about Ergo Proxy, which is always been a favorite of mine. It was in my top 10 at one point. I don't think it's there anymore. But before we get into my thoughts, Ben, what are your thoughts on rewatching Ergo Proxy? This is your second time seeing it?
Yes. It was good. Not quite what I remembered it being, but I still think it was solid. I gave it a 7.5. I think I'd round up to 8.
Alex?
I enjoyed it. It's still in my top 10, easily. And this is probably my umpteenth rewatch of this.
Do you have a ranking? Do you just give it a 10 then, or? Because everything in my top 10 has a 10 out of 10 ranking.
Well, we've had this discussion before. It's probably at least like a 9.5 for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is my 3rd or 4th watch through. I didn't like it as much this time. I think there are still really, really good parts of it. If I'm being vague, I think the beginning is immaculate. I think it meanders a little much in the middle, and then they try to go a little too much into the what's real, what's the mind, what is the soul sort of thing, which, like, when there's a little bit of that, it's fine. And I think the ending is a little bit of a mess.
The ending needs to be longer, honestly.
I think it should be starting sooner.
Yeah. Like, it needs more time devoted to it.
Yeah. So
not an episode and a half, maybe.
I think it's like the last 2 episodes. It's a 2-parter for the last episodes.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so if I'm being honest, my opinion on my last 2 watch-throughs is not as high as my opinion on my first watch-through. Which is why it was always high up in my rankings, because that first watch-through was great. And then it kind of, when you know what's happening and you expect things, it doesn't quite have the same punch.
Yeah.
But I still believe the beginning, when it's like, okay, this is cyberpunk, like...
Cyberpunk
thinly
noir.
veiled dystopian noir, and it's like... We get to when he's up to about the point where he's outside of the dome, and so now we're in spoilers, whatever. He's outside of the dome, and like Riel goes and fetches him, and then they all like escape on the rabbit or whatever. Like, and then he eventually, everybody but him like dies. Once we hit that point, and it's like this has all been good, and it really only just goes down from here.
I think there's some ebb and flows in that middle, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so, too. But, like, up to that point, if it had just kind of kept that, dystopian human struggling against the system vibe, I think it would have been...
So, one of my critiques, I think, is basically what you're saying, is it kind of goes away from what's happening in Rondo.
Yes, we cut back to Rondo every now and again. You're like, what the fuck is... I don't give a shit.
Here's the thing, though. I do like Creed as a character.
Yes, I think Raul Creed is interesting. But it's just... There's too little.
There needs to be more.
Yeah.
Less Daedalus. I do not like him as a character.
I think he's fine, though.
I think Daedalus you are meant to not like. And that's why I would say, when I say I like him as a character, knowing that his character is somebody that is supposed to get on your nerves.
Which he does.
And I think...
a lot.
So Shabs and I watched the dub for this. I don't think I've ever watched much of the sub. You watched mostly sub?
Yeah.
This watch through? But you've seen the dub before?
This last watch was my first time watching the dub.
Oh, okay. So you have most recently been exposed to dub. Everything else has been sub before.
Yep.
Okay. I think Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Daedalus, does a really good job of being a whiny little prick.
So here's where I'm going to throw this out. Like, watching subbed, he doesn't come off as much as a whiny little prick. He's still dislikable. The English makes him worse.
But I think that serves the purpose of the story.
It does.
You're not supposed to like Daedalus.
He actually comes off a lot creepier in the dub.
Yo, yes, very much so. It's a little creepazoid. But yeah, that's... I don't know, I think... I'll go out and say it. I really like this dub. It's got a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah.
What are your problems?
So, I think Riel's voice actress can be a little flat at times. I really like her voice, though. Mm-hmm. And I just really like Riel's character design, inevitable, but Riel can be a little bit of a bitch.
I mean, that's kind of her thing, though.
Yes. And there are times I really, really like Liam O'Brien. One of my favorite voice actors / actors, I guess. But there are definitely times when he's being Ergo Proxy when I don't quite like the thing that he's doing. But when he's like Vincent out in the wilderness, I like that. Mm-hmm. When he's kind of like, I don't know, he's trying to comb his hair back. His voice fluctuates into different tones and stuff. I think when he is like true to himself as Vincent, but not being Ergo Proxy, is when he does a phenomenal job.
I don't think his voice works when Vincent is when he's full proxy.
Yes, yeah. I think the thing he's doing, he's definitely given better performances than that for that type of performance.
I wish they would have just modulated his voice or something, maybe.
Mm. Or just
would it have been better if they had this guy who voiced Proxy 1 do it the whole time?
I don't think so.
Okay. Have him be specifically
I really like that guy's voice. I do not know that voice actor's name. I just know him as the younger Toguro brother from Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay. And Proxy 1. He's got those two voices. I just think when Ergo Proxy starts talking, it's a little I don't know, he worked better silent and grunting.
Yeah, he doesn't really start talking as Ergo Proxy until way later in the series, though, right?
Well, he doesn't talk for extended periods of time as Ergo Proxy. The most dialogue we get from him up at the beginning is when he says that he is the agent of death when he's fighting the one Proxy, whose name I don't remember because who cares? The sun guy.
Sun Proxy.
Yeah,
he was in love with the Moon Proxy.
Yeah,
okay.
They're the one that had two domes warring with each other.
Mm-hmm. That line, I think, good delivery.
Yeah.
It really, really delivers the first time you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Second time when you're expecting it, it's a little they said the name of the show.
Is it that thing where it's you're not expecting him to talk that much, so when it first happens, you're like, oh, this is cool?
Yeah.
But then later it's
you have to do this weird gravelly voice, and you're gonna you're not gonna be as consistent with it when you have to deliver
20 lines of dialogue.
Yeah. And exposition and try to explain things.
I can understand that. I do like Liam O'Brien in this though. I think he does good. Mm-hmm. But I can get what you're saying.
Pino, perfect. No notes.
Yeah, Pino's great. Number one character. I liked Creed. Was it Creed?
Yeah. Patrick Seitz voices.
I thought he was really good.
That's great. Yeah.
I think Patrick Seitz doesn't get enough credit. I don't think he's in a lot of stuff. Or he's in a lot of stuff, but he's not in a lot of stuff that I've seen. Because when I think he voices a character in Octopath Traveler, and I'm just man, that guy's doing a great job. I recognize that voice somewhere. And it's oh, I know him from Ergo Proxy. And maybe that's it. I'm sure he's in other things, but I'll also say that Travis Willingham voices Iggy, and it just doesn't sound like Travis Willingham. It's
well, his voice is modulated for that.
It is modulated for that one?
Yeah, okay. A little bit.
Because he was like way more high-pitched. I'm like, is that Travis Willingham giving his gay best friend voice? Is that... I don't know.
I think he's really good in this.
Well, like,
yeah,
at the same time,
good.
Iggy's also one of my favorite characters, too. Like,
and
then he goes crazy.
There's not as much...
I didn't really like Iggy's, like, final thing where it was like, okay, sometimes he's really angry and sometimes he's normal. Like, no, I like the slow descent of, like, okay, he's, like, following his protocols to an extreme, and that is... I liked that. But then at the very end of it, they're just like, he's switching like bipolar. He's switching between the two, and it doesn't quite work.
It does come off as like obsessive stalkerish, though, too. Like, which I think is kind of what they were going for.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I like his descent into that. I didn't like that they were just like, oh no, it's like when Riel's like, you're not the real Iggy, and then it's like, oh, there's sort of like this warring two identities of Iggy. It's like, no, I liked it better when it was. No, it is the Iggy you know. He's just, like, digressed into this state.
Sorry, Patrick Seiss voices Cap in Sunny Boy. The, like...
Oh, nice. We didn't watch the dub of that.
No, we did.
Man, I miss Sunny Boy. Sunny Boy definitely is going ahead of Ergo Proxy, unfortunately, for this show. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, like, so one thing that I wanted to draw out is, like, did we really need the Walt Disney one? What was his name? Mr. Goodbody or something?
Goodhead?
I don't remember. We didn't need the Disney one.
It's like Willie Goodhead or something, wasn't it?
Will Be Good?
Yeah.
Will Be Good, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Will Be Good. Like, I like that episode, and I like the MCQ Jeopardy episode, but did we really need both of them?
To be fair, like, that one is in the first half and the other one is in the second half.
The other one is Pinot-centric as well, though.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, you know, and there's some proxies that felt like were a little samey, too. So, like, the Sun and the Moon proxy are just like, hey, these are just badass warriors like Ergo Proxy is. And then you're like, oh, but then there's, like, the Jeopardy proxy, and he's got this, like, weird, like, mind-bending thing. And you're like, oh, there's, like... That's, like, most of the proxies just have these weird, like, mind-bending things. There's,
You're
like,
forgetting the other proxy, though. The fat proxy.
yeah, the big guy.
The big guy.
Yeah. I didn't forget him. But, yeah, he falls into that word. It's like, okay, well, there's some that are
I don't
just,
know.
like...
He doesn't really have a thing. He's just there.
Yeah, and...
He's there to die.
And he's angry, and he's got a little silent robot friend.
His own little auto-rave that really wants to kill Riel.
So it's like, okay, this is... I don't know. It felt like it could have been like, oh, you could really explore some, like, this is what this proxy's power is. This is what this is. But instead it's just like, no, they can all just pretty much enter you into a mindscape and fuck with your brain. Like, that's what they do.
Oh, yeah, the doppelganger, the one who has, like, no form or whatever.
Yeah, so, like, if that one was just doppelganger, that would have been really good.
That I actually really like that one, too, because
Yeah.
it's like a mindfuck when you first, like, wait, didn't we just, what? Huh?
And
that was real.
The main thing with that one is I kind of want to watch that episode again to see if what Riel said was true. It was like the one didn't show a shadow.
Oh, yeah, then the reflection or whatever.
Or then when Pinot Pies, there's three of you. Or where's the other Vincent?
Yeah.
Where's the other Riel?
And it's like, if it had been more... Because at that point, it's just like, oh, it's like singling them out when they're alone and confusing them that way. But then it turned into, you know, now you're in this mind space, too. Like, we can bend reality.
Bring you into the water, and there we will have this long-ass discussion about how I'm going to kill you and take your place.
and it's like, if it had just been... If the mindscape thing wasn't in there, and it's just them impersonating things and, like, trying to mess with reality a bit, like, through physical means instead of mindfuckery. I don't know. It just feels like every piece by itself is great, but the fact that there's just a lot of samey stuff is like, did we really need to do all this? Because, like, we kind of do you can see a parallel in the reflection one with the episode towards the end where it's like, oh, there's a split personality of Riel that's Vincent, and again, we're just trying to get you to, like, accidentally kill one another or something. Like,
I didn't like that episode.
And it just felt like, okay, well, those are kind of doing the same thing. The Jeopardy and the Will Be Good episode kind of feel like they're doing zany-sided zany proxy.
They're different, but also like the same.
Yes.
The Jeopardy one is just like
the Jeopardy one is also an info dump.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do an info dump.
Yes.
Without actually giving you the answers that you want.
Like Proxy 1, Boomerang Star.
Okay.
300 proxies.
This is what started the Cognito virus. Blah, blah, blah.
The Pulse of the Awakening is the Proxy Annihilation Project, something like that.
Yeah.
The PAP. It's like, okay, and it. Yeah, I think, like I said, I can't really take an individual piece of it and say, well, this is bad.
I guess I just enjoy that kind of info dump more than like what we got on some episodes, where it's just
everything that happened in the last episode
to like a copy of himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's just boring. That it makes it a little bit more fun because it's a trivia show.
Yeah. I had to turn subtitles on for that one because they'd throw, at the very beginning when they had a couple of questions, they would just put the answers in Japanese on the screen. They wouldn't like have anybody read out the answers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I want to know what the answers to these trivia questions are. So I had to turn on subtitles for that whole episode, even though I was watching dub. But I mean, do we want to talk about the ending at this point, or what do we want to talk about at this point? Because I can kind of go through what's if you'd like, I can give my understanding of what is happening and what Proxy 1 is and what his plan was and how it relates to Ergo Proxy and Monad. If you'd like, I can just go into that spiel now.
Let's just do that.
Okay. So last night when we watched the last episode, I said I understood about half of that at the end. So I'll start with that part.
Congratulations.
I will...
Congratulations.
All right, Shinji, calm down. I will talk about... And then I did some reading that I think like kind of gave like a, hey, this is what we think is happening, that seemed to be fairly cohesive. And I'll kind of expound upon what I know from that. So my understanding at the end of that was the proxies were created to basically be the shepherds of our secondary plan for surviving the nuclear apocalypse. So we fucked up the Earth. And a lot of humans went onto a space arc called the Boomerang Star, which I think might just be in orbit, actually. I don't think it like went very far.
Okay.
And they're going to live on that ship until the Earth is recovered enough for humans to live there again.
Okay.
The secondary thing, number one, not a lot of humans could fit on that. Number two, we have to, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. So we developed the proxies to basically make the citizens of Ramdo and all the other domes. It's like, hey, you're going to have these domes, and you're going to have these like sort of pseudo-humans that can't reproduce without, the proxies powering the little womb things. And then when the Earth is going to be, ready to go and the clouds part and we've got a blue sky again, the proxies are going to die to make way for the real humans to come back in. Now, and then that's what we see when there's ships in the sky coming back in. Okay. That is the humans returning to the Earth. Now, what I didn't necessarily pick up on, but I think is accurate from what I read, is that the subhumans were actually also designed to die off before the humans came back, because the humans are like, no, you guys are basically just caretaking our living facilities for us. We don't want you around. We're the real humans. So, like, the Cogito virus was, I think part of that, too, as far as, like, well, number one, it's another backup for pseudo-humans. Here are machines with a soul that can survive, but also here's conflict to, like, take out the humans and whatnot. Proxy 1 knew this plan, right? And again, I'm getting into stuff that I've kind of had to supplement with reading other people's theories. Proxy 1 knew this plan and was fucking pissed. So he's like, but I really like these people. You know, MCQ mentions that he cries a lot, which I think is to show that Proxy 1 does have like feelings. He's not a merciless killer or whatever. But he also can't defy the will of the creator, also known as the humans who made the proxies before they left. Anytime they talk about the creator, I'm fairly for sure they're just mentioning humankind, or whatever, that made the proxies.
Humanity.
So he cannot go against that. The Pulse of the Awakening, now this is, again, I think something that I would say that I knew before reading. The Pulse of the Awakening is basically a signal that will slowly start killing the proxies. Like, it kind of triggered them to have the weakness to the blue stun. So they're like, okay. I think the Pulse of the Awakening is actively being sent by the humans on their return. So if the humans never returned, the Pulse of the Awakening would not happen. The proxies could continue to live, and our backup human plan could thrive without us needing to worry about it. But the Pulse of the Awakening is in the proxies, signals their destruction. It also, I think, might be in the pseudo-humans, because they say Daedalus, like he's giving into his destructive impulse. It's in all of us, or it's in all of them.
I'm sure it's in the code of whatever they have in there.
So like when we see the domes that are at war or whatever, that might be part of the Pulse of the Awakening too, of like, hey, your destructive tendencies are making way so that you'll kill yourselves off. Mm-hmm. So Proxy 1 could not go against the major plan, but he could find little loopholes and stuff. So his basic plan was, I'm going to fuck up the domes, which is why Moss gets blown up. And, you know, we're going to make this space less habitable for you. Also, I'm going to make Ergo Proxy, who's like a clone of me, and maybe some monad is thrown in there.
He's like me, but without all my memories, so therefore he can disobey things.
Yeah, so like he is part of him, yet separate. So
he's a shadow.
And you'll notice that when Proxy 1 dies to Ergo Proxy, he says, you stop the pulse, dead. Meaning he has a shared... Proxy 1 and Ergo Proxy's pulse are the same, which is now why Ergo Proxy can survive.
Yeah,
because there is no longer the Pulse of the Awakening. He is no longer weak.
That was also part of Proxy 1's plan. It's like, oh, you killed me now, so now you have to live with all this stuff now.
Yeah, like you're punished. The creator's punishment is, I've unleashed the proxy of death at you. like he is full power, not weak to the sun anymore, sort of thing. And will Vincent kill the returning humans? Will he bridge things? I don't know. Left up to interpretation. That I don't really care. I like that that's fake. I don't think he will either. But I think
he might do it if they fight back.
That's true.
Yes, because I think he sees... Part of his journey is that he saw all the people out there and he cares about them. He's like, it's not the memories of the plan, it's the faces that I met. And,
yeah.
You know, not just Pinot and Riel, but, you know, the other people that he ran into. And the little, like, demi-humans that live in the caves or whatever. Like,
I would love to see a follow-up to this that's like the shit that happens after.
I just don't know.
It'll never happen though.
I think I like that it will never happen, because I don't know if there's enough like
juice.
Yeah, I think
it'd be like an OVA.
Yeah, an OVA I could get behind, an OVA or maybe a movie, but like a whole other series, I'd be like, I don't know. Unless they just took it in a direction where there's just like, oh yeah, you remember that vibe you love at the beginning where it's, you know, some sort of monster that's happening in a cyberpunk utopia, like crime thriller. If they were to just do something really fun with that. But if they were to continue on with like, okay, and now it's all this more, you know, philosophical stuff.
Up its own ass with its philosophy.
Yeah.
Do you think you do a Wall-E thing where it's like, instead of you focus on the people on the ship? And there's conflict up there.
Or they come back and there's just this random thing that's just killing their leaders for some reason.
No, I'm thinking more like they've grown accustomed to it. Like Wall-E. They've grown accustomed. So or now like they don't want to leave, but there's like
is it Apocalypse Hotel? What's the name of that anime you watch?
Yeah.
One of the humans finally came back, and they're like, this is back to being habitable for human levels. And it's just like, oh, but this human's been in a sterile space environment forever. So as soon as they took their spacesuit off, they just got a disease right away.
Yeah,
They're reacting
no longer
poorly to like the
habitable.
common cold or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it might be so. Like you're thinking, I'm thinking. I think they did this with what's the name of that book that everybody read in middle school, where the moon came closer to the Earth?
Life as We Know It.
Yeah, Life as We Know It.
I
I
read
think
that
in
book.
that
I did
series,
not read that.
in that series, we follow like one character in the first book, and then in the second book we follow a second character,
Mm-hmm.
and then the third book they're like they meet and they're a couple in love or whatever because it's written for
read the
teenagers.
first one.
Same, but I remember
Okay.
teenage girls that I knew back when I was a teenage boy
Mhm.
talking about that and being like, "Oh, it's so like, yep,
Did I
that
read
was
the
written."
second one. I might have started the second one.
Yeah, but she didn't. It took you forever to read L book.
I didn't read very much.
Anyway, they could do one series that's the humans on the spaceship, and we don't even know that it's related to Ergo Proxy. We're just like, it's from the guy that did Ergo Proxy. Cool.
Mhm.
It's another, sci-fi thing. And then at the end, it's just like, oh
Oh.
shit, that's. And then
Just
a
dropping
third
hints every
series.
once in a while. Like,
Yeah.
wait,
Which-
what's the name of the ship they're on? What?
Which is kind of what they did with Gunbuster and Diebuster, because Gunbuster is very much like hey, these characters are not going to be back for hundreds of thousands of years because of time dilation shit. They will, by the time they return, the Earth will be so many years later. And then at the end of Diebuster, it's just like, hey, they're coming back. It's like, oh shit, I forgot that was a thing. Like, this series was completely unrelated. It was so far in the future from the original series. And then it's just like, oh, there's the two mechs coming back. Cool. Those are the two main characters from Gunbuster. Spoilers for Gunbuster and Diebuster. Like 30-year-old anime OVAs. That's some good Gynax stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. And I guess if they do it well, I just don't want them to like escalate from where they're at now, because it's just going to get more convoluted and philosophical if they were going to do that. Which I think part of the show was to explore philosophical themes,
Yeah.
and it's just a matter of like, okay, but I really like the dystopian stuff where there's hints of these, and I don't know. It's not what I want. It's not what the first couple episodes promise it to continue to be.
It turns from a dystopian noir into a philosophical exploration.
Yeah. Anyway, so continuing on. Proxy One's plan. He made Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy is then supposed to basically kill Proxy One and exact revenge on the humans or whatever. He's basically trying to get away to get out of the Pulse of the Awakening without actually breaking his programmed in code. Meanwhile, and Riel is made of Donav, which is her grandfather's DNA mixed with like Monad's DNA, to basically be drawn to Vincent. Or it explains why she's drawn to Vincent. I don't know if that's exactly. Or I guess part of the plan was for her to figure out that Proxy One is there, so that Ergo Proxy can go and fight him or whatever. I don't know, but that was my full grasp of things as I was reading up on it. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but basically, Proxy One is just like, I'm going to manipulate the pseudo humans into destroying each other, and breaking down Ramdo Dome as well, so that there's no like habitable place for the humans to come back to. It's a spit in their face, and also there'll be a proxy coming around. But yeah, I mean that was my interpretation. Any other questions?
No, not really.
I guess there's just some, not plot holes, but like, so does what is that, Smile Land still exist?
I would say yes.
Okay, so we'll have to deal with that when they get back.
I still say bookshop guy is a proxy.
The other thing is that the reason proxies have a soul is so that they will feel loneliness and potentially go and take each other out too. Because when two proxies meet, they have to fight basically.
Mm-hmm. Except for one in Monad.
I mean, they kind of still like fought. Like,
I mean, the first episode they fought.
Yeah.
Like, Ergo Proxy killed Monad.
Like, I know that Monad loves Proxy 1 / Ergo Proxy. And there's this other, like, theory I was reading was basically saying that, like, Ergo Proxy is sort of like a son of Monad and Proxy 1, but kind of more clone of Proxy 1. I think Monad was used to make Ergo Proxy.
Well, I thought, like, partially. The implication is, like, Monad is also, like, part of the reason why there's the split. Because it's kind of said that when he goes back to Mosque Dome trying to look for his memories and stuff, and he meets the Auto Rave.
Yes. So,
but I think the implication there is, like, the Ergo Proxy that met the, I'm using air quotes here, that met the Auto Rave was not actually Vincent. It was...
Yeah, it was Proxy 1.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, because he was crying. It was Proxy 1 that killed him. Yeah, so, like, this theory goes on to be, like, when Ergo Proxy was made, he was given control of Ramdo Dome. And, like, Donav Mayer did not know that Proxy 1 and Ergo Proxy were different people. He just thought, oh, yeah, the Proxy God or whatever is back. So he doesn't know that Proxy 1 is still there. When Ergo Proxy leaves, he goes and leaves his memories with Monad in Mosque. And he leaves Donav Mayer in charge. And I think part of it, Donav is like, shit, we don't have a proxy anymore.
So let's go attack Mosque.
We need to attack Mosque and steal their proxy from them. And like, that's why, that, again, part of Proxy 1's plan of like...
Yeah, because they basically say, we have captured Monad, and we also have now this influx of people who are trying to move into here. All the immigrants.
Yeah.
Which is Vincent is one of.
So, but yeah, when he leaves his memories there with the intention to fully recover them, it is Proxy 1 who kills. And at that point, they really did lose their last proxy. Because again, Donovan was probably freaking out. And so they enacted that plan to try to make the humans into something that could survive without a proxy, which just, they're like, oh yeah, it had like a 90% failure rate. It failed. Like, we were not able to adjust our DNA to it. So we are dying out. And,
the amygdala cells, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, they tried that, but also Raul just destroyed the cloning thing, right?
Yeah, I think
At
so
the end,
too.
That was
he was definitely manipulated into like giving into his destructive tendencies as well. So
like they tried that, and then once that failed, Raul was just like, "Oh, I guess
fuck it."
Just destroys everything.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Raul like has some kind of motivation. Like, his entire family died.
Yeah, in front of his eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, this show is my favorite show that has baby murder in episode 2. They have baby and child murder in this show.
It was baby manslaughter.
But it was child murder.
It was.
Baby slaughter?
It's just like, damn, that baby died.
Yes.
And
so the big deal is that was like a clone baby. It wasn't an auto rape.
Correct. They were finally given, the reason why they had Pinot was because they were not allowed a child at first, and then the request for a child was finally granted. And they were given the child, and then she's like, well, I don't need this fucking fake thing anymore. So try to pretend it had the Cogito virus. But, yeah, I don't really like Riel's wife. Or not Riel's wife. I don't really like Raul's wife.
Yeah.
She's kind of a bitch.
She is. But,
she doesn't
to be fair, remember the motto of Ramdo Dome.
This is true.
Make waste.
Yeah. I think that was also part of like the humans' plan of repopulating or whatever. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, that's Ergo Proxy explained.
Something make waste. Be a good citizen, make waste.
Something like that. I don't remember.
Brush your teeth.
Make waste. Consume, make waste.
Consume. I'm just trying to think if they live now. Consume. Was it repopulate? I don't know.
I don't. I don't remember what all of the. We didn't. Wait, is they live? Have we passed it already?
Yeah, we
in
passed
movie
it
night?
already.
Okay, we didn't get it. Okay. But yeah, that's basically Ergo Proxy explained. Did you guys have a favorite episode when it started becoming like more episodic in the middle? Because I really like the day with no win, or the time with no win, where they're just like, we're stuck here.
That's a good one.
I thought
where
it was kind of a
you
good
get
bottle
a descent
episode.
into Riel's madness.
Yes.
She gets cabin fever while everybody else is fine.
Is she? I have a question.
He has holes in his socks. He has holes in his socks.
He has other pairs of socks with no holes in them. Why isn't he wearing them? He's still wearing the socks with holes in them.
Also, Pino is reading a book. That's what
when
episode
she's like
is that?
staring at him shaving, and she's like, "Shave it, shave it,
shave the hair."
I don't know if she was like trying to like get him to.
I think he had like one hair that he was missing.
Oh, okay, that's what. Because my thought was just like, is she just like, because she's being a little like creeper, like spying on him, doing it, like he doesn't know that she's watching. It's like, is she wanting him to like shave his pubes or something because she's trying to?
No, he has like one hair that's like at the bottom, like
okay, and
he just keeps missing it.
okay, that's what. Because I'm just like, is she just like being really like, I don't know, because part of her thing is like, I'm studying the proxy. It's like, does she want to see if he has a duck? I don't know. Do proxies have dicks? I don't know.
I'm studying them. I gotta know.
I need to know his weaknesses. Does he have balls I can kick?
She doesn't really need to know that many weaknesses, considering she's carrying a gun with bullets that are designed to kill a proxy.
She's carrying a gun with a bullet.
Oh yeah, it's true. This is after the one was used already.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So she has a singular bullet.
Of a gun that only shoots one bullet, though.
Yeah.
Which didn't work, because he just cut his arm off and regrew it.
Well, that was Raul who did that.
Yeah, it was the same bullet, though.
The same type of bullet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's because he didn't get center mass.
Yeah, you gotta get the heart there, man.
You gotta get it in the chest. You can't cut off like half your body.
Amrita cells didn't have. There was not enough time to spread to the rest of the body.
Gotcha. You should have aimed for the head.
Yeah, like in that movie.
Yeah,
with the Thanos and the axe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lizzie Borden story.
Yeah.
I
forgot Thanos is in that.
Yeah, it was really, really deep. They really set that one up, man. The Thanos was the long play, man.
New expanded Marvel universe.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I still really, this show holds a place in my heart. I think it's great. It's one of those shows where you don't actually want somebody to know what it is going into it. You're just like, nah, just vibe with it, man.
I mean, to be fair, that's how I watched the show. Like, I never really like dug too deep into like the meaning behind anything. I just kind of.
They have to like sci-fi though. If they don't like sci-fi, don't even try.
Yeah, it's just, and I think some people, again, that first part I think is immaculate, but not just vibes, but also just like intriguing noir storytelling on things, and they kind of go away from that, which is fine. And it just leans more into vibes. But you're going to be prepared for like 12 episodes of vibes.
You know what character I want to see more of, though? That one little paper throwing robot that got the that I think got the virus.
Well, and I think that was part of Proxy One's plans when she sent, or when he sent Izzy and Riel. Iggy, not Izzy. Izzy's from Digimon. Iggy and Riel into that little like neighborhood. He's like, yeah, Iggy's infected with the virus. We're gonna go ahead and ruin that neighborhood that's been being taken care of, that nobody's been living in,
since everybody's already dead there anyways.
Yeah. Like,
Well, we don't know if they're actually dead or not.
No, I saw a mass cemetery.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Which, again, I think is part of the plan. Like, we don't see much of the population of Ramdo. I think it is declining.
Honestly, I think that, like, the empty domes are supposed to be places where the people were supposed to come back and live.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said. Like, they're the caretakers for the real humans or whatever. And so when they're like, okay, we're going to make it back, let's send the Pulse of the Awakening to clear everything out so we can inherit the domes well fortified and, got these already, automated systems set up for taking care of us. And, oh, fuck, they've all been nuked. Or destroyed in some way.
That one's been nuked.
That one's dead. That one's dead. That one's collapsed. That one is like, it's just rubble, and so is that one right next to it.
That one is just a theme park.
Now I'm thinking of...
Why is there all these dead bodies in this pond?
Now I'm not if we go fishing in that pond.
Now I'm just thinking about Nausicaa and the Day of Fire. Where it's like, oh yeah, nuclear explosion, apocalypse, giant nuclear monsters or whatever. And then the world is slowly healing. Mm-hmm. And little struggle holes of people are still thriving in. If at the end of Nausicaa, the spaceships from Ergo Proxy showed up...
See, these are the actual humans that survived.
I shall rewatch Nausicaa. Should I show Nausicaa to my 8-year-old niece? I've showed her 4 Ghibli movies so far.
The 8-year-old is probably okay, I think. Mm-hmm. Definitely not the other ones.
Not the 5-year-old? No. Or I guess she's 6 now, so... Sure. I think Porco Rosso is the next one on the list anyway. Okay. So, and I don't know when to do Spirited Away, because as much as that is a great movie, it is scarring. Mm-hmm. Case in point, I was scarred by that movie as a child. I was scared of that movie for a long time. Her parents turn into pigs, and it is terrifying.
So I didn't watch it when I was that young. I just didn't get it the first time. Took a second watch to be like, oh
you could do Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle is...
Johnny doesn't like Howl's Moving Castle.
It's not that I don't like it.
It sounds like you don't like it.
It is pretty much the worst Miyazaki film. I'm sorry. It pretty much is. Miyazaki's got all hits, so that's still, like, better than a lot of films, but...
It's probably, like, a 7.5 or 8 out of 10, but it's one of his worst ones.
Yeah, because everything else is pretty much a 9 or a 10. Mm-hmm. And I think the world and the setup for Howl's Moving Castle is phenomenal, and I think the end is a convoluted mess. I'm saying it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. And it is a super rushed ending that does not hold up as well. And then they introduce time travel for half a second. And you're like, wait, well, that was time travel and not just a vision of the past? Like, she actually went back in time somehow and said, find me in the future, Howl?
Huh.
Which, like, the only redeeming grace that has is when Howl first meets Sophie, he's like, I've been looking for you. Which is like, okay, all right.
See, there was setup.
She also cuts her hair.
Yeah, which is good. I love it when a Ghibli girl cuts her hair.
It just makes me... That's all based off a book, and I kind of want to read the book.
I have all 3 of them.
I have the first one.
Because I got all 3 of them. No, I gave my first one to Pants. I bought the first book, or maybe I got the first book for Christmas when it was on my Christmas list, and then I asked for the second book for Christmas later, and I had the third one in there too, because
why not?
You can, even if I got the third one, I've already read them, and the third one is pretty much, you don't need to read the second one. I'll talk about that later. But my mom was like, I could only find either the first book or all 3 books as a set. So you got all 3 books as a set. And you already had the first book because you just picked it up somewhere because you're like, I guess I'll buy a book while I'm here.
Yeah, I was on vacation, went to a bookstore. I'm like, I'll buy this just as a...
So I gave Pants my copy of the first book. And the first book, I think, is better than the movie. The second book is completely different characters, but Howl and Sophie, like, show up. And same for the third book. And it's just sort of like, yeah, it's kind of in the same world, and there's magic and whimsy and all that. And Sophie and Howl are kind of side characters, or like one of them might just show up at the end of one of them, but you get a little glimpse of like, oh, that's what they're like after the the first book. So, I think Turnip Head is better in the movie, though.
Mm. Okay.
Turnip Head is actually kind of scary in the book. Like, Sophie is terrified.
I mean, wouldn't you be?
It's like...
It's a moving scarecrow, hell yeah.
At one point, she, like, tells him to go away, and so he starts, like, going away from her, and it's like, oh, she actually casts a spell on him, and every time she tells him, like, go away, like, he just, like, circles the globe, and it's like, shit, he's been going away for so long, he's going back towards you again.
That's hilarious.
Like, and she's, like, terrified of him, and, like, you know, like the movie, it's just kind of a misunderstanding, but it's a more convoluted misunderstanding in the book, too. There's a whole bunch of, like, body swapping shit going on in the book. But yeah, read Howl's Moving Castle, the book. Watch the movie, sure. But don't just watch. There's so many people that, like, I love Howl's Moving Castle. It's like, but have you seen Porco Rosso?
It's because that one got, like,
Nausicaa?
a widespread release as opposed to most of the other ones.
Yeah. It's like, have you seen Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind? Because that movie...
And then you have Christian Bale
slaps.
also going like, this is my favorite movie I've ever done.
Yeah. Does he like Boy and the Heron more? Because Boy and the Heron is better. And he's in that one, too.
Who?
Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Christian Bale is just a Ghibli fan, though, too. So,
Yeah.
like, he's going to jump on anything he can do. It's like, this is the best movie I've ever made. He's like, yeah, because you made a Miyazaki movie. This is his worst one, but it's still the best movie you've ever made.
He did The Dark Knight.
I think I like The Dark Knight better than I like Howl's Moving Castle, but my point stands.
I touched a nerve.
Yes. Anyway, she will watch Howl's Moving Castle, but not. It'll be later in her education, her Ghibli education.
So back to Ergo Proxy.
Yes. You should watch it, and just be prepared to vibe with it.
Okay.
Like,
If you like philosophical stuff,
yeah, it's got a lot of that.
if you like it's without
Clear answers too. They
Yeah.
don't try to answer things, which I like.
Until the last episode.
Well, yeah. But like that's the philosophy doesn't have answers.
Yeah.
Philosophy has questions, and they're like, maybe this, and they're like, well, yeah, but what about this?
like
this?
if you enjoy philosophy, if you like a cyberpunky noir-ish whatever this is,
yeah,
I say watch it.
Yeah, well, for sure. I for sure want people to watch it.
This is probably like one of the animes I tend to recommend to most people who like want to watch animes.
Mm. Yeah, and I don't see it get recommended all that much. I think because there's a lot of people view it as pretentious, and a lot of people view it as confusing, and it is both of those things.
It is,
but that's not a bad thing. I was just trying to like
preface is like, hey, I know this can get really confusing. Just watch it and just vibe with it.
Don't try to understand things. It's not trying to answer questions per se.
And if you want some kind of answers, I'll give you the fan translation, which is so stupid at times.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, okay, so my sub watching is mostly it was a fan translation.
Okay.
So at the end credits and stuff, it would be posting like, "Hey, this is the whatever philosophy guy they're referencing at the time," and then it'd go on to a long spiel about what this meaning or what this.
Did they talk about Alex Trebek in the Jeopardy episode?
I don't remember. I should watch that one again on the sub.
But this is a great philosopher of our time, Alex Trebek.
But it does give like a lot of like Keikaku means plan vibes too at times.
Mm-hmm. Translators note: Keikaku means plan. You could have just translated all according to plan, but no, you had to say all according to Keikaku with the translator's note. Keikaku means plan.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe, except it's like throwing philosophy stuff into it too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I wholeheartedly recommend it. I just didn't enjoy it as much this time around, unfortunately. I really, really wanted to dig it all the time and feel that vibe, but I just wasn't getting it this time. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because we kind of like rushed our watch through because we
this is
wasted time.
It's
not
definitely
it.
One that does not benefit from a binge watch.
I don't know about that because I've only ever binge watched it.
I like the 4 discs. I thought that was a good way. You like watch a disc, wait a day, watch another disc. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I agree. You don't want to watch it all in like one day. But...
You don't want to do like I did Sunny Boy.
Man, Sunny Boy is so good week to week.
Yeah.
And so frustrating too, because you're like, what the fuck? I want to know what's going on now.
Yeah,
like,
that one I watched almost all, like the entire thing in 2 days.
Did you like Sunny Boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Earlier we mentioned Sunny Boy, and you were like, Sunny Boy took over Ergo Proxy spot, and you looked at me.
No, I was like,
gave me a look.
No, that was more of like, I was actually thinking, like, do I place it above or below Ergo Proxy?
Sunny Boy is another show where it's just, and I just think Sunny Boy does it better. It's going for different vibes, but it's going for vibes again. And I think because it's shorter.
It's shorter and it doesn't get up its own ass and philosophy.
Yeah, it also has, and we need to talk about music too, because this show has a great opening and a masterpiece ending because it's Paranoid Android by Radiohead. But like other than those two like music things, there's not a big emphasis on music, which I think it's just kind of going for the atmospheric vibe stuff, which is fine. But like Sunny Boy very much had a focus on music and their soundtrack.
I didn't mind the music in Ergo Proxy.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. I'm just saying nothing stands out.
That's true.
It's definitely... yeah, you're right. It's more atmospheric.
It blended well, so I don't... Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. No, nothing stood out, which is not a bad thing because it's just part of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Whereas they... Instead of it being part of the atmosphere in Sunny Boy, the music sometimes like sets the atmosphere. You're like, oh, we're gonna go do this Sunset Roller Coaster song in the middle, and we're gonna build a beautiful sequence around it, and it's just gonna it's gonna really add to the scene as opposed to disappearing in the scene. Which there's not really a right or wrong way of doing that. It's just a different way of doing it, and I think I really appreciate it. I focus in more when they highlight the songs more because I don't normally pay attention to soundtrack. I'm not great at that, but
no, like doing this rewatch again, now I have to make a list for myself of best animes with a single episode that takes place in a theme park.
Okay, so we have
well, technically that wasn't all theme park. At the very end, they're on the
No, at the very beginning, they're also... Oh, there's a good chunk that's theme park.
Yeah, it's theme park. That's semantic. Like, that's...
Because the reason why I'm thinking this, because I just started watching...
Continue.
Oh, okay. I just started watching... I was continuing my rewatch of Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
And I just watched the Peril the Foul episode, which I can't think of the name of that episode. But that one also takes place in a theme park at the end.
That's the
that's the guy who
mentally disabled clown murderer.
Well,
or he's like mentally a child.
He is like he's de-aging mentally, anyways, but he's obsessed with killing everything because he was supposed to be an assassin.
Yeah, but was he like the floaty fat clown guy?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm thinking of the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Sorry. Cowboy Bebop is another great atmospheric show that you should be watched, like, just random episodes every now and again.
Oh, yeah, because... Yeah, I was just... I guess it wasn't really a rewatch. It's more of like, you know what? I feel like I haven't watched this episode in a while. I should watch that episode.
Yeah. Cowboy, I've said about Cowboy Bebop for a long time. It's like, if I just watch one episode of that a week, randomly, at 2 a.m. on Saturday, which is great. What Toonami was doing for me for a while, I would be happy.
Yeah, like the there's only like a couple episodes where you should watch them in order, and that's because they're multi-parters.
Yeah,
which is like the last couple episodes and like one other set, I think.
Well, and even then, I think it's a show of the show's quality that, like, when I was younger, when I caught random episodes of Cowboy Bebop, I would get like a very lore intensive, like, oh, this has got Vicious in it or whatever. And like I only got like one part of it, and I'm just like, that was really fucking good. I want to see what else is going on here, you know. But I didn't necessarily like need the build up for it either. I could just like, oh, okay, I get that this is digging into something, even if I don't have the context for that something. I can tell that it's...
Those are some of my episodes, like, or anytime you get any of Jet's backstory too, which is actually great too. Now we're devolving into other.
Yeah, that's fine. Because the point I was trying to make is because you mentioned that this show doesn't benefit from the binge, Ergo Proxy. That is. And I'm just trying to think: is this a show that I would like Cowboy Bebop, where I would like to just watch a random episode of it every now and again and be like,
I think you can do that through like the majority of the middle.
Yes, I think so too, because those are all pretty well episodic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the beginning you can binge, and then like the ending,
I think
whatever.
Now that I've watched it, I'd be like, yeah, I can do that easily.
Oh yeah, I don't know if
I'd want to do that if I hadn't seen it before though.
Yeah. So I've got another category of show that that I really like, and it's I woke up really late one night and I couldn't fall back asleep, and it was on Toonami, and I thought the vibes of this are great. And then as I actually tried to watch the show, it's not quite what I thought it was, and it kind of doesn't fall the same way. So big examples of this are Inuyasha and Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. Because before I had watched either of those, I had never watched all of Inuyasha, but I think I caught the episode of Full Metal Alchemist where they're trying to investigate Warehouse 13, and it's Barry the Chopper is there, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And I just watched that episode as a small child, and I'm like, oh, there's this weird creepy blood seal, and I had all this mystery, and when I watched the show all together, it's still a great show.
Yeah.
But just watching one or two random episodes,
you get a random vibe from that you can't
replicate again when you watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
Casher and Sins had an episode like that. I never finished that show either, but I tried to watch it. Which is a dystopian remake of a classic anime called Casher, about a robot that fights. But it's in a world of rust, and he's the only immaculate robot left. And I just watched an episode where it's just there's just this weird rusting robot that lives in a clock tower or takes care of a big bell. And I'm this vibe is great. And the rest of the show wasn't quite that.
I think I can relate to how you feel about, or how you felt about Full Metal Alchemist. I thought the same thing about Bleach for a bit.
I could see that.
Because one of the first Bleach episodes I saw was one that takes place pretty later on when it was on Toonami, where they're all just in a desert and everybody's with masks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I started actually watching Bleach after that, after I got told to watch, and then I actually never ended up making it to that point when I started watching Bleach, because I just kind of fell off of it.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're not 12 and you don't have a whole summer to just watch 3-part anime shows on YouTube.
Yeah,
part
downloading stuff.
Part 3 is in Spanish. Fuck! Where's the English part of this one?
But now you're just making me want to think of what other animes did I watch?
Dot Hack was one that I caught a random episode of that, and I'm like, oh, he's trapped in the game, he can't log out.
Lucky Star or Outlaw Star is one that I've seen bits and pieces, and it's one I always want to go back and actually watch.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you misspoke and said Lucky Star. I'm like, I don't think Lucky Star is that vibe. I don't think if you catch a random episode.
No, that's why I was like, wait, no, Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star, yeah. But it's just oh yeah, and it feels like it's a certain darker art style where you can catch a random episode of it and you'd be like, what is that vibe that made me feel something that scared and excited? And I think this show could fall into that.
It could, yeah. If you're watching the majority of the show, you could watch it and you would have you would get that vibe on a rewatch if you're actually watching it in order.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking if I caught the episode with the reflection proxy by itself, I think that would have been phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
I would have watched that and I'd have been like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this so intriguing?
That is one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
So, easily.
Could you imagine watching the Jeopardy episode?
What is this? I'd be like, what's going on?
See, the one thing I keep thinking of that is is that your final dandy?
Is that your final? Yeah, man, final dandy.
I forgot about that.
Is that your final, Dan?
I still say, who cares, baby? All the time. I said it just the other day. Maybe even earlier today. I don't know. Just occasionally that pops into my head when I'm just like, who cares? Baby? Okay. So, I mean, do we have anything else to say about the show I think we all love this show. I'm just, I'm a little upset that I didn't get quite the same feeling that I got from it the first time watching.
The nostalgia was strong with you is what it's basically coming out.
Or it's more like I built it up in my head and I knew it couldn't live up to the expectations going into it. I'm like, it's not going to live up to my expectations because it didn't quite live up to my expectations on my second watch through.
Sorry for suggesting it.
No, we needed to cover this show. We promised to cover the show like 2 years ago.
We did. I'm like, we got to cover this eventually.
And it's a good... I mean, so this is our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
We're releasing this on Halloween.
I forgot about that. Would
you
you count this as a Halloween show?
I think if you can count, like, Terminator 2 as, like, a Halloween thing, then you could count this.
Okay.
This is as much Halloween as Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a movie that takes place during Christmas.
Yeah. And it's about togetherness.
It's about family.
Hey, and this is about scary monsters at the end of human civilization.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of an existential dread to it, which I think it qualifies as a Halloween show. It's not outright scary, but it's got dark vibes. There's, again, I will repeat, second episode has a baby die in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there's like a massacre. There's like 50 people at least who died.
Yeah.
So who do we think actually killed all those? Was that Vincent or was that Proxy 1?
That was...
Or no, I think that was Proxy 1.
No, that was Monad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Monad
you're right. You're
Monad.
Monad.
Yeah, Monad, it was basically just, like, fallout damage from Monad chasing Vincent.
That's right.
Like,
yeah. For some reason, I was completely blanking. Oh yeah, Monad was rampaging. That's what happened.
Yeah. Well, and Monad is rampaging because when two proxies meet, they have to fight.
Yeah.
And Monad, like, might have had at one point in their life some sort of, like, control over that impulse.
It might have been just because Monad had the Pulse of Awakening.
Yeah. Monad had the Pulse of Awakening. She, like, kind of probably lost part of her mind being in a coma for so long. And again, I think she was integral to the shaping of Proxy 1's plan, in the making of Ergo Proxy. So she might have lost some sort of mental stuff.
Well, and she was also missing bits and pieces of her.
Yeah. And there's a lot of experimenting that was done on Monad Proxy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it would fall into being a dark show, which makes for a Halloween anime.
Okay.
I just don't know if there's really all that many. Anime's never really scared me, per se.
Yeah.
So, like, the one that we haven't covered that we could probably cover is, like, the anime Another, which is supposed to be a horror anime, though it's been memed with some stuff. And, again, it's like anime's art style has never really scared me. Like, old Scooby-Doo, Where Are You art style scared me. What's new Scooby-Doo? Too bright, too colorful, didn't scare me.
Okay.
Which is the problem I have with the one Hellboy animated movie I watch, is that it's basically What's New Scooby-Doo art style, and it was too bright and wasn't quite creepy enough because of that.
See, I actually like the Hellboy animated movies.
I liked the one I watched, and I liked... Well, one of the Hellboy animated movies is that same vibe I was talking about, where I caught random parts of it in, like, Adult Swim randomly in the middle of the night. And, like, I definitely got a bit of that vibe from it. But watching through, I think it was, like, the Sword of Storms or something like that.
That's one of them, yeah. And I can't remember what the name of the other one is.
But that one was, like, it's too bright, and the art style, the animation style, just makes me think of What's New Scooby-Doo, and I cannot take it seriously. Which is nothing, like...
I'm just
it's
impressed.
Not necessarily the story's fault.
Yeah,
so.
I just love the fact that they got Ron Perlman to actually voice Hellboy for those movies.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't remember that. I'm sure I realized it at the time, but I didn't remember that.
I think that's right, actually. I'd have to double check that. Now you're making me question my thoughts.
Have you seen the new Hellboy, The Crooked Man?
No, I have not.
I don't like
I haven't even seen the one that has the guy from Stranger Things in it either.
That one was okay. All the Hellboy movies have been okay that I've seen. The Crooked Man one was a little too disjointed. I didn't really like it. I also watched it on a plane on my way back from the UK, so I was a little like in a weird headspace. I'm sure I was sleep deprived.
It was Ron Perlman was in Sword of Storms at the very least.
Well, I think he really likes the character, so I'm glad. It's nice when you can get an actor who likes the character.
Probably my favorite comic, actually.
I need to read. I need to get Omnibus 2 or whatever, Volume 2 or whatever. I don't remember exactly what I have, but I need to get the next couple comics. So, all right. Do we have any other thoughts before we wrap up here?
Nope.
All right. Well, we're Anime Territory. You can find us on X. So guess what it's called? Site formerly known as Twitter. Technically, I check it every now and again. YouTube and anywhere that you can find podcast platforms. And you are now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.